Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And it is a pleasure to rise on this motion. Bipartisan, but I do have to disagree with my good friend, the member for Patterson. Whenever I played golf, it definitely drove my blood pressure up, but that was more due to a lack of ability than the actual game of golf. And it is a great game, and it's a big part of many communities. In my electorate of Casey, golf plays an important role in a social element, but also an economic element driving golf tourism. We're fortunate to have the Heritage Golf Course, the RACV Club in Hillsville, Gardiners Run, Yerrin Meadows, the Eastern Golf Club, all located very close together, and it's been wonderful to work with them on some tourism opportunities in our community. Had the Shadow Minister for Trade and Tourism, Kevin Hogan, out, also meeting with Yarra Valley Tourism to look at what we could do to support those clubs, to bring more people to the area to experience the wonderful golf courses of Casey and of the Yarra Valley. But unfortunately, last month we had some bad news at the Eastern Golf Club when it was destroyed by fire. It was burnt to the ground, the pro shop, the lounge, the restaurants. It's a relatively new club, about 10 to 12 years old, a beautiful facility that I've been lucky enough to attend and spend time with Ben Telly, the General Manager, and they burnt down. I want to send my thanks to all the local CFA crews that attended, particularly the Coldstream CFA that were the first attenders, as well as Victoria Police, Ambulance Victoria. I spoke to Ben Telly the day of the incident. Luckily, no lives were lost, no one was injured, but it was pretty devastating. I know they're back on their feet, and other clubs like Gardiners Run, which I'll talk about in a moment, are supporting them, and we're rallying around Eastern. It's lucky it's summer, so we've got the tennis court has been repurposed into a facility. But as Club Chairman Fred Jones said, as a club with a history that extends back 100+ years, the loss of our clubhouse is devastating, but it is the loss of irreplaceable trophies, photographs, artwork and memorabilia that hurts most deeply. So I want to send my support to everyone at the Eastern Golf Club, and keep up the good work, and we'll keep backing you as you continue to rebuild. And I mentioned Gardiners Run. I was lucky enough to attend their 49-year anniversary dinner just a week and a half ago. It's a wonderful golf club run by the Chirnside Park Country Club, and it would be remiss of me not to mention the indomitable Barb Kelly, who runs that club, does an amazing job in supporting the golf but also the wider community. And at the 49th dinner, we had the pleasure to celebrate Bert and Joyce Patrick's 67th wedding anniversary, which was on the day, but they love the club that much, and they were founding members. Bert was inspirational in getting the club established 49 years ago, and it was wonderful to chat to Bert, catch up with him, hear about how the club was started 49 years ago, some of the challenges they've had over the journey. But a club like Gardiners Run is so important for our community because while it's a golf club, it also has many other sports, and I want to talk quickly about the bowls club that is connected to the golf club, and particularly the event I went to on Monday just before the Cup, the Bowls Great for Brains fundraiser. Clubs from all around the area came to support. I was fortunate to open it, and I've met a couple of times now Darryl, and they do work supporting first responders and veterans that are struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a wonderful organisation, and it's an example of how golf clubs and community clubs are bigger than just the sport, and they do more for the community. I also met Bowl for Your Lives, Shane, Cam, Tony and Mark, and it was great to hear their story and the work they're doing using bowls to support them as first responders. So it's another example, as I said, of what the community can do. And Deputy Speaker, given it was a charity day, there was an auction. There did happen to be a Collingwood 2023 Premiership poster. I know the member for Solomon will be happy about that. And I did buy it. He'll be happy to know because it was my obligation and duty to support that charity. My wife, she understood, which was the only time I can buy memorabilia. But in a serious note, it is a great example, so congratulations to Barb Kelly at Gardiners Run, Bowls Great for Brains, for the work they do, supporting our community, supporting our first responders and supporting our veterans.